so you can see just how much they really matter. Oh, we'll look at it throughout the day, but to give you something specific you can use as soon as tomorrow, and I'm sure that those of you here, already use it. Those outside don't, but those of you here do. They're what are called, conditionals. Conditionals? Do you use conditionals? Conditionals like when you say to the client, "It would be good if you started using the lotion in the mornings." It would be a good idea to use one cream in the morning and another at night, at least for a while until your skin. That would be good. It would be a good idea. I know you don't use this because you're real professionals, so you don't use the conditional. I'm going to make a comment about the conditional so you can see the effect it has. Do any of you like dogs? Do you have dogs? Do you know about dogs? Anyone? You know what a dog is, right? A dog. Those of you who like dogs, do you know Cesar Millan? The dog whisperer. The guy's a genius. This guy is incredible. I mean, you see those programs with Cesar Millan on TV, where there's a dog and they want to tame him. They want to teach him, Toby, 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 Toby. Toby ignores everything, even his owner who's been with him for 5 years, really close, feeds him, but Toby doesn't pay any attention at all. Toby just ignores him. Now Cesar Millan turns up. Toby, yes. Toby immediately does as he's told. What a guy. Honestly, Toby doesn't know him at all, and yet he comes along and the dog obeys him straight away. Of course, this guy is a dog whisperer. And how does that work? I mean, how is it possible that this bloke knows how to do this and the dog listens to him, even though he speaks our language too? Well, first of all, Cesar Millan obviously knows the breeds, he knows their characteristics, and he knows loads of things. But above all, he uses something that's crucial. And that is, firstly, the dog doesn't understand languages. It doesn't understand. I mean, no matter how much you explain to the dog that it has to come here, it's not going to come here. But the dog understands energy, and people also understand energy. So, it's not the same saying Toby, come as Toby, come on, or Toby, yes. If the dog, when you give it a command, has doubts, it does nothing, it doesn't understand it. I mean, it's heavenly music, he's doing his thing. Now, when you give a clear, direct, precise command without any doubt, there's a much greater chance that he'll do it. That's why that energy, with such a strong imperative, millimeter, towards the dog, makes the dog stay there and obey Cesar Millan and not the owner. So, what happens then? The conditional doesn't transmit any energy at all. I mean, can you imagine talking to Toby like that? Toby, it would be nice if you came over here and sat down instead of going into the neighbor's garden. It would be nice, Toby. Can you imagine Toby being spoken to in the conditional? It would be good, millimeter, if you didn't leave your mess over there. Or else the neighbor will blame me for it. It would be nice. Do you get this? This just won't do. I mean, the dog doesn't understand conditionals, because the conditional doesn't transmit any kind of energy. The conditional is like leaving yourself an escape route when you're talking to the client. It would be good if you started using the lotion in the morning. What you're not saying is also implied, which is, if you want to, A. If not, it's no big deal. You don't actually say this, but the other brain that's listening picks up on it. That's the conditional. That's why the conditional doesn't transmit any kind of energy. So what should you do with the client? You don't have to shout at her or say, "Buy it now." No, you don't have to say any of that to her. But use the imperative. You have to start using your lotion in the morning. For at least 15 days, you have to start using night cream and day cream. You have to. You don't have to shout at her, but you have to doesn't leave any way out. You have to go straight to the brain and it's an order. You have to. Whether she does it or not is another matter, but it's a direct order and it's an order that conveys a lot of energy. That's why you should use the imperative when you have to offer something to the client or when you want the client, to change some kind of habit. It's part of the closing. We'll go into the closing in the afternoon, along with other things, and we'll look at other important details. But it's very important that you use direct orders. You have to. It's not the same as saying it would be good, it would be nice. It's completely different. If you usually use conditionals, only some of you here, I know most of you don't, but if you do use them,